It's often called the best Italian restaurant in all of New York City and one of just 3 with a Michelin star. Despite being less known to non-New Yorkers than its sister restaurant Carbone, it's just as hard to make a reservation and almost unanimously considered to be the better of the two. Today we're trying Torrisi.
It opened in December of 2022, just a few months after Carbone lost its Michelin star. Less than a year later, Torrisi was awarded a star of its own, making it one of just 3 Italian restaurants in New York City with a star. New York Times critic Pete Wells gave it 3 stars. The Infatuation have it tied with Via Carota as the highest rated Italian restaurant in the city, and it's the highest rated Italian restaurant on Belly. It's led by chef Rich Torrisi, who is one of the co-owners of Major Food Group, alongside Mario Carbone and Jeff Zalesnik. Their first restaurant was a sandwich shop called Torrisi Italian Specialties that opened about a block from here in 2011 and closed in 2014. And you can see some remnants of the original restaurant like its sign and menu here in Torrisi.
Torrisi is stunning inside and out. It's located in the beautiful Puck building on Mulberry Street in Nolita. The building's listed on the National Register of Historic Places and was named after Puck magazine, a political satire magazine first published in 1876 that called the building home. The design is magnificent, from the huge columns, arch brick ceilings, and gold and wood accents. We would have loved to get a few more shots for you guys, but I think this was the fastest we've ever been told cameras were prohibited. Not a problem at all, but it was just funny how polar opposite that policy was here compared to Carbone, where we were actively encouraged to film everything. We were told recording on our phone was fine as long as we didn't show the space, so here are some spectacular photos from the Infatuation. Again, in an opposite way to Carbone, the music here was turned way down to the point where you couldn't even hear it when the restaurant filled up. Despite being a much larger restaurant, we still felt like the tables were a little awkward and close together, especially the 2 tops. One thing we always love are open kitchens, and here you can see one of the chefs making the lunch exclusive sandwich of the day, a tradition started as a nod to Torrisi Italian Specialties.
While Carbone's menu tends to be more traditional Italian-American, the menu at Torrisi is a lot more innovative. It's said to draw inspiration from the many cultures that call New York home, with influence from Caribbean, Chinese, Jewish, and of course Italian cuisines. They are famous for their dinner specials that can vary dramatically from night to night. It's slightly more limited for lunch, but still features most of their signature items, plus the rotating sandwich special. We opt for the Italian and American hams with Zeppoles, Tortellini Pomodoro, and Dover sole Francese.
Or presented the bread course, homemade sesame sourdough with whipped oregano butter. Someone asked us recently what the best complimentary bread was in New York, and this is in the running. The bread was warm, super soft on the inside, and crunchy on the outside with a strong sesame flavor. This bread is so good, it'll make you want to sneak into the kitchen and steal some of their sourdough starter. And yet the butter stole the show. Incredibly soft and packed with so much flavor. It was out of this world. The basket didn't last long, and we were about to ask for another round when our appetizer arrived.
The Italian and American hams with Zeppoles. Certainly not a combo I would have expected, but now I can't understand how it's not way more popular. Zeppoles are deep fried dough balls, pretty much like a donut, and are typically more of a pastry or dessert. The idea with this dish is to make little sandwiches using the Zeppole, prosciutto, and pineapple mostarda. These were so simple, yet so unexpected. The salty savoriness of the prosciutto combined with the sweet doughiness of the Zeppole, and the pineapple mostarda takes the sweetness to another level. If you're looking for an appetizer that is the epitome of sweet and savory, this is it. An outstanding combination, and one that I would love if our much cheaper neighborhood Italian spot could try to emulate.
The Tortellini Pomodoro has been called one of the best pasta dishes in New York, so expectations are high. At first glance, it's a very simple dish. Tortellini stuffed with ricotta and a tomato sauce with freshly shaved Parmesan cheese on top. But its simplicity is what makes it so outstanding. While you're not getting any flavors that you haven't had before, this tortellini will automatically become the gold standard that you'll forever compare every tortellini to. It has just the right amount of creaminess from the cheese and just the right amount of acidity in the sauce. Simple, but with the highest quality ingredients and executed perfectly. When we first saw the plate, we both commented on how little sauce there was. While we would have loved some leftover sauce to try with the imaginary bread we had left, I think it was the ideal amount to serve with the tortellini, so every bite had the perfect combination of flavors.
It was time for our main, the Dover sole Francese. We had actually planned to order the duck à la mulberry, which we were told was the best entree at the restaurant, but it's only available on the dinner menu. Unable to get that, we opted for this as our backup. And to be honest, I have no right calling this dish a backup. It comes lightly breaded and perfectly golden brown. I think my initial reaction was confusion. This is not your typical Francese dish, nor is it your typical sole. It truly tastes like nothing I've ever had before. The sauce has a strong, almost curry flavor from all the spices. The lemon isn't strong at all, but the sauces and spices they use do an amazing job at bringing out the unique characteristics of the sole. An amazing dish changes your ordering habits, and we've already found ourselves ordering Dover sole a lot more since trying this, and nothing has come even remotely close. This is probably among my favorite dishes in the city. Outrageously good and a must order.
As a pre-dessert palate cleanser, they brought a lemon and a seasonal green apple Italian ice in these cute little paper cups on a beautiful gold tray. It's little touches like these that really distinguish the experience at major food group restaurants. There was nothing subtle about either of these. The lemon was tart like a glass of freshly squeezed lemonade, the perfect transition to dessert. The green apple was strong and a bit sour, honestly just like a green apple Jolly Rancher. It might not be for everyone, but we thought it was fun and tasty. Finally, it was time for their affogato, except this isn't like any affogato I've ever seen. It's more like the iced coffee equivalent of an affogato, with espresso granita on top of vanilla ice cream with a mascarpone mousse and hot fudge. Despite the fact that it was 10 degrees outside, I absolutely loved this. It has an intense coffee flavor, as if they froze a large cup of espresso and then crushed it on top of ice cream. The flavors of the fudge and mousse are subtle, but really add when you get the right bite. It's the summer's equivalent of an affogato, and I am all about it.
I am clearly in the minority on this one, but I really didn't like it. To be fair, I'm not much of an iced coffee drinker in the first place, and it was more of the consistency, chewing on the ice, that I didn't enjoy rather than the flavor. I personally would have much preferred a true affogato. Our bill came with a couple of complimentary cookies, a great way to lessen the sting of an expensive meal. Similar to Carbone, you pay $50 per person plus tax at the time of making your reservation, which is credited towards your final bill. And you're reminded to tip on the entire amount.
We just finished at Torrisi and everything was exceptional. Honestly, I had this weird feeling like we just didn't try enough of the menu for some reason. I've never had that after any of our videos. Like maybe we just needed a second pasta course or a second main just to really get a good feel for the restaurant. But for what we did try, it's such an innovative and unique take on Italian cuisine. Definitely one of the best stops in the city. But let us know what you guys have thought of it. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you in the next one.